Hi, welcome to our weekly readings for September 2nd through September 8th, 2016. Remember, it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which signs, symbols, bells, whistles, energies, messages resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, praying about. We're all children of God. We're all psychic. We're not all going through the same thing. So see what feels right for you. It could be one nugget that brings you clarity. It could be the whole reading. It could make sense later. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions that are based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody involved in the situation and so on. So we are all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. Remember, how you ride these energetic waves that come through here is always up to you. In the end, is it your wave? Is it not your wave? Are you waiting for the wave, preparing for the wave, crashing into the wave, diving under the wave, ignoring the wave? You get the gist. I also want to suggest, if you want to make this an interactive video with me and pull some cards for yourself, feel free. See if some further depth or clarity or some more personal symbols come up for this reading for you. All right, let's begin. I'll see you in a moment. Aquarius, welcome. This is our weekly reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Inquiring for September 2nd through September 8th, 2016. I'm going to start with the wisdom of the Oracle for Aquarius. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Inquiring for the week of September 2nd through September 8th, 2016. One card for focus and clarity to our week for Aquarius. Blessed. Aquarius, when you get this card, I feel like the first thing is to say thank you. It's a blessed card. You're blessed. You are. There's something that's just going to come this week. An inspiration, an idea, an opportunity, another chance. Something wonderful for you. You know, if you open your arms and see it and allow it in. Allow it in. Aquarius. It's something beautiful that you don't expect. You didn't expect it at all, right, Aquarius? It's just having grace with it, you know? When you see what you didn't expect come into your world, and then you're like, oh, that's the thing I didn't expect. Say thank you. You know, have gratitude. There's a grace in this. There's a grace in receiving this unforeseen thing. It's just a gift from Spirit. It's something special for you. Something special for you. Nobody else. It's a 22, so it's a master number, and it brings you to a 4. It brings you something that brings you stability. I hear just stable, something solid, something grounded. Even though you're like lifting up in a nautilus shell and just sort of like riding along the air. So Aquarius, maybe that's you. Maybe it's just the air is cleared. You know, things are clearing. It's something that brings a breath of fresh air into your world. You feel connected to something because of the nautilus. You feel connected to something that you're creating. Maybe it's something you created, or it's like something that you sort of released out there and you didn't expect to come back now. And it comes back now. Perhaps how you see it, you know, how you saw it coming back, perhaps in a totally different way. I feel like it's a wish. Maybe something you wished, or maybe something you never thought you'd wish for. And when you have it, you don't want to give it up. It's just awesome. But there's also an allowance in this. All right, so let's get more clarity for Aquarius. I'm going to go to the Morgan Greer Tarot and pull a card for Aquarius. Let's pull a card for Aquarius and get more information on blessed. Number 22. I hear grace, gratitude, I hear intuition. Maybe you did something where you used your intuition. You just went with something. You went with the flow. And now it's gracefully giving back to you somehow. I don't know what that means for you. I'm not sure what that means. Let's get more clarity. Another card for Aquarius. Passion. The Ten of Cups. Like the beautiful, happy, loving home. Look at this. Working together. Emerging energies. The light at the... the light at the end of the tunnel. The rainbow at the end of the storm. But it's being immersed in love, in an experience, in abundance, in, I hear, experience. It's like, I think of the storybook, a little bit like the 10 of coins, but this is more like emotion involved. It's more of the like day-to-day family that has emotional situations that happen. Or it's your day-to-day living that has emotional ups and downs. You know, different energies around you. I feel like in this card, it's you and one other person that's just as strong as you. It's not so much the happy family in this particular deck, but I feel like it's you finding strength within first, Aquarius. First, it's your own masculine and feminine side. It's like they're merging together. You're balancing what you do and what you allow. If this was the other way, it would be you not recognizing the merge, not recognizing the masculine side of yourself or the feminine side of yourself. It would be you cutting off one of those sides. You know, you always do something, but you never allow something in. You never allow change. You never allow expansion. It's always just the one way. Or you could always be expanding and allow something another way and seeing everybody's perspective and getting involved in everything and changing your mind all the time and never having structure, you know, within that emotion, within the understanding the ups and the downs of taming the emotional roller coaster of life, which is what this is. But there's always the rainbow at the end of the storm if you learned to navigate your storms. So perhaps this is with yourself first, and I would say then communication and relationships second with somebody else. When you find that balance in yourself first, you find harmony within the balance of relationships between you and others too. And it creates more balance and more harmony and more rainbows and more beauty and love around you in your world that you feel, because you're working together with those energies, even when they're storms. If you're growing from them and you're, I hear compassionate, you know, with those around you about their perspective too, their storms too, then you can grow together, even though you can let go and always go another way. You can come back together and hold on together for a moment, discuss that emotional experience together, and then let it go. And then see how it creates a rainbow. See where it goes. See what it does. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to go to the Romance Angels Oracle. And let's pull a card for Aquarius. Since I was talking about relationships. You know, it starts with the relationship with yourself. And then it magnifies and has a mirror reflected in everybody else. So sometimes we have people really close to us and we get to see a really close reflection of those parts of us, good and bad. And sometimes we don't have that many people close to us and we only see glimpses of that reflection in what we see and like feel judgment on, or what we go through in little circumstances out when we go to the store or do something. So perhaps it's not a big mirror all the time. It's just a little glance. But, you know, it's a glance to look at something. Let's see what we have for Aquarius. Give your relationship a chance. Give love a chance. Give it another chance. Give yourself another chance. I hear give yourself a chance to also, I think for some of you, I mean, it says work on your partnership, but the first thing I thought of was somebody like maybe choosing to be in a relationship, but also choosing to live on their own. Maybe you never lived on your own. Maybe you always lived with somebody in the past, in past relationships, and now you're going to try to have another relationship, but still keep your independence on your own somehow and work that relationship out. Maybe that's something different for you. For others, it's another start, you know, in the relationship you're already in, doing something a different way, giving it effort. I feel like it's effort. Perhaps you were giving up. It says work on your partnership. I think for some, it's the partnership in yourself first, no matter what other partnership comes in later. So you can know what's good for you, what's not good for you, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. I hear the grass is never greener, though. You know, you're never going to just leave one partnership and get everything perfect in another one. You're just going to get a whole new set of problems and dramas and different energies to merge and different things to compromise with and different... It's just a different set of everything that you went through before, unless you learned from the last circumstance what was good and what wasn't good and what worked, so that you're open and you communicate where you are now, whether it's the same relationship or a brand new one, whether you're on your own or you're starting something with somebody you never thought of before, you know, someone you just ran into. I feel like this is like sporadic for some people, and for others it's been going on a really long time, and it's just time for change, something to change. Maybe it just takes some... I feel like you just need to go on a walk. I just saw like a couple walking in the woods, walking in the forest, walking on a path, walking in the park, you know, walking along the street, walking down the street together, holding hands, just going on a date, maybe. All right, let's go to the Angel Tarot and pull a card for Aquarius. Let's get some more clarity on giving your relationship a chance, giving it a go. In some cases, maybe you were closed off. You like to live, maybe you lived on your own a long time, Aquarius. Maybe you never lived with somebody, and that weirds you out. What if they ask to move in? What if they leave their toothbrush? You know? What would that mean for you? I would say just take it as you go. Perhaps that other person doesn't want to like invade your space. Perhaps they're pretty cool and you're going to merge nicely. It's different for everybody. I feel like your own space, wherever that is, in your own room, your own corner, your own apartment, your own whatever is involved in that. But I feel like there's still working on a partnership involved in that. So maybe that's a balance thing coming in, Aquarius. Right, one more card for Aquarius. And the Two of Earth. So it's balance, Aquarius. It's balance. It's merging two different things. You and a project. You on two different jobs. You in two different locations. Maybe commuting. You and your home life and your work life. You know? It's learning to balance, because it's like a juggling act. So it could be too much going on at once and the need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. I feel like juggling, like just juggle things around a little bit. Bring that to a 3. Bring it to creativity. A 2 is like creation. It's allowing something. It's going with the flow. I feel like she's in nature. Maybe you just need to make a decision first for you. You know, what's good for you? For some, it's moving forward by yourself. For some, it's moving with somebody else. For others, it's moving with somebody else, but on, you know, parallel different paths. And you're like, hey, I'm over here. And hey, I'm over here. We'll see in a moment. You know, and you're doing your own thing. They're doing their own thing, but it starts with you making a decision. Because, you know, I feel like there's organization involved in this decision. So whatever that means to you. I also see the rainbow. So I know I put this in black and white. Sorry, I didn't expect to get the rainbows here for you guys, but this is a big, beautiful rainbow. And you have like a rainbow aura here. almost like you're birthing something.